Welcome back to another video, my brothers. Today's video is titled, These 7 Things Make You Dangerous. Let's get straight into it. Point number 1. You don't give a fuck about people's opinions of you. Look, there's taking on board constructive criticism, and then there's just straight up hate. I highly encourage you to take on board constructive criticism with a key emphasis on the word constructive. Okay, if someone says it to you in a good way, in a polite manner, and advises you to tweak this, improve that, that's okay. Learn from it. Don't push that person away. However, there are people that straight up don't like you. And instead of giving you a very sincere bit of advice, no, what they will do is they'll start saying a lot of negative shit to you. Usually these people don't like themselves, and it triggers them, it bothers them that you're out there taking risks, you're out there making moves, because they wish they had the courage to do that. So if you're a man that doesn't give a fuck, you're dangerous, because you can go far this way. The majority of men, in my opinion, are quite sensitive. Somebody says something mean to them, they start getting angry, and look guys, you can't be naive. The more people that know that you exist, the more hate that you will receive. As a content creator, I was fully aware of that the moment I started to create content. I knew there were going to be people that said, oh, your hair's long, you're this, you're that. People will say shit all the time to try and bring you down. And then when they realize that, damn, my comments aren't bothering him, they start getting angry. Oh, I can't fucking say anything to him that will stop him from grinding. Damn. So be that guy. You don't give a fuck. If your opinions start paying my bills, maybe I'll pay closer attention to them, but they don't pay my bills. So I'm gonna keep it moving, and respectfully, I'm gonna take your opinions and I'm gonna push them to the side. Your negative comments are not gonna slow me down. Okay, point number 2, you take risks. Risk takers are money makers. Now look, don't be reckless, of course. I think we all are sensible enough to understand that, okay? However, risk takers change the world. Men that say, you know what, there's a high chance this won't work out, but I'm gonna be the one who finds out. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna stick to it until, keyword, until it kicks off. Okay, so they go out there, they put their money on the line, they take on board 2 jobs in order to start several businesses. These men change the world. Now look, there's nothing wrong with having a 9-to-5 job, absolutely nothing wrong. But even occasionally, on a smaller scale, take risks. Do something that you're uncomfortable doing. Maybe you've been thinking about joining a jiu-jitsu club for a while and you're like, I don't know, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Okay? Maybe there's something that you've been wanting to do, like, I don't know, scale a mountain or go on a marathon or whatever. You do it. It doesn't have to necessarily tie into money making. Okay, it could be things that you've wanted to do for a while that intimidate the shit out of you, but you're like, you know what, fuck it, I want to know what I'm made of, because that's what taking risks does. It shows you who you are. When you're struggling and you're going through a very difficult period in your life, you find out what kind of a man you are. Okay, so taking risks makes you dangerous. Number 3, you delay gratification. Most men, okay, they are obsessed with instant gratification. Wanking, watching the hub, eating fast food, donuts, milkshakes, all that stuff. Okay, they are obsessed with instant gratification. You know, it's a dangerous man who delays that shit because he knows that the reward he's really after lasts longer, and that reward is fulfillment. When you create an incredible physique, which was created through thousands of hours in the gym, extremely disciplined nutrition, when you finally attain, it's not a destination, because I don't believe you arrive. It's obviously a constant work in progress, right? You never get the body you want and then stop, because you're either moving forwards or backwards, right? If you stop working out, you're going to lose your muscle gains, you're going to look shit again. So it's a constant process of growing. You never arrive, okay? However, they know that once they get to the point where they've built the body that they wanted to build and they keep working on that, that fulfillment lasts longer, okay, than just eating shit and rewarding yourself right now. You know, what do you think will make you feel better? Wanking every day? Okay, 25 tabs open, you're wanking to a bunch of pixels online, women that don't know you exist, or You do the work, you become a man of value, and then you attract a very beautiful woman, one that you are completely and utterly infatuated with. When I say infatuated, it's okay, fellas, to find your woman extremely attractive. Obviously, don't compromise your core values and don't end up doing things that you don't want to do for the sake of pleasing her and shit like that. And that's separate. That's a separate topic in itself. But what's better? Okay, wanking to online explicit content or finding yourself a very beautiful woman and having a very healthy relationship with her. Okay, obviously the second one. Obviously having sex with a real woman is better than using your fucking hand. Okay? Keeping it moving. Number 4, you remain stoic during hard times. If you throw your shit and you panic, you are a weak man. I'm gonna keep it real. Okay, yes, hard times affect us all. And yes, we're allowed to feel some level of anxiety. But how you respond is the key question. Okay? Do you panic and just start throwing shit around the room, or do you remain calm and composed and you start telling yourself, right, I'm gonna need some time to breathe, but then I need to figure out a solution. I saw some video of this guy online. I don't know what happened. He was on his computer. Maybe he lost a very important file or whatever, but he just flipped the table with the computer on it and shit. He started breaking the computer with, I don't know, he used something to smash the screen. You know, that's a weak man. Things will happen that are fucked up, but how do you respond? You know, people that, for example, and this is slightly off topic, but people that respond with extreme violence when something happens to them, trivial, something usually, I don't know, they were having a bit of road rage and then they shot someone and they killed him. That's a weak man. In the moment, he didn't know how to compose himself. He instead reacted quickly, pulled the trigger, ended up fucking up his whole life. Okay? A recession hits. Do you just absolutely lose your mind and you start, you know, panicking, or do you start thinking, right, it's obviously a very difficult time, but how can I turn this into an opportunity to take me forward? Because that's how a lot of people become wealthy. You know, when things get tough, they start asking these questions. What can I do to put myself in a more favorable position so next time round, if something like this happens, I don't completely disintegrate and break down? Okay, I need to do something right now. They are solution orientated. Okay, they don't start panicking and throwing shit and, oh my god, no. And even women don't find that attractive. They look for that stoicism in a man, that ability to remain calm under pressure and come up with solutions. Okay, some of the best CEOs are like this in the world. They're able to remain calm when the company's financials are taking a hit, and they're able to sit down and think of solutions. Okay? Number 5, you work out consistently. For you, physical discipline is absolutely important, and you don't neglect your body. You know, a lot of men, when they are in the pursuit of wealth, they often neglect their health. They start to get stressed, and a lot of people's response when they get stressed is to eat. They start eating to cope with the stress or drinking alcohol. Dangerous men never neglect their health. They're working out consistently. Even after a 12-hour day in the factory or in the office, they put on their running shoes and they go out for a run. A 5K, 10K. They go to the gym after work. Maybe they go to a boxing gym and they start sparring. They want to take care of their body because they know when they feel good, they do good. And that's what physical discipline does. It makes you feel good mentally and physically, of course, right? And when you feel good, you have a certain type of energy about you. And even when you are pursuing your business, when you are working on your purpose, you feel better, okay? And when you feel better, you're able to give more. Men who are weak, men who are extremely unhealthy, can't give the world their best self, okay? And you owe it to yourself and also your family to be the strongest possible man. You know, you want your kids to look at you as a man and be like, wow, our dad is a strong man. And I'm not talking about being a bodybuilder. I just mean this person is tough. He's out here working out when he doesn't feel like it. He's not developing a fucking beer belly, Dorito fucking, you know, crisps on his belly button and shit. No, he's out there getting shit done. Okay, he's coming home sweaty. He's showing us, he's leading by example. Because remember, I don't have kids myself. However, I know this for a fact. Kids learn from watching you do things rather than what you say. They observe. Okay? Number 6, you are a patient man. Once again, that goes down to obviously stoicism, but you're patient. When you start a business, you don't expect it to kick off within 30 days. You know this is a process and it will take time, but you're here for it. You're willing to perfect your craft. You're willing to tweak and improve, and you're letting time take its course. Okay, if you plant a seed today for an oak tree, it's not going to be an oak tree tomorrow morning. You've got to give it the time to grow roots and then shoot up. And even then it takes time. You're not gonna see it at this height today and then tomorrow it's gonna be 20 feet taller. No, that's not how it works. Okay, so a patient man understands it's a process. Maybe you get into jiu-jitsu and you wanna go up the belts. You're not gonna be a black belt the first month. Okay, it's a 7 to 10 and maybe even some would say a 12-year process. Okay, so you're aware of that and it doesn't faze you. If you start complaining about the fact that something's taking a lot of time, you're usually immature. Okay, now if you've been doing something for 12 years and you're not seeing the results, well, maybe it's time you start readjusting, okay? And you start considering other options. But if you start a business today, drop shipping, Forex, whatever it is, you ain't gonna kick off within 30 days. Okay, so that's what makes a man dangerous, when he understands that things take time. And he's not losing his shit because he's been doing it for 30 days and he hasn't kicked off, okay? And finally, you listen more than you speak. A lot of people engage in verbal diarrhea, speaking. Oftentimes, the smartest person in the room is the one who sits and observes and listens to what everybody has to say, and then he eventually voices his own opinion. But he's not rushing to speak, because when you're listening, what you're often doing is gathering information, almost like ammunition that you can use against someone. Well, you said this a second ago. You know, sometimes when you speak without having to speak, you say shit that you didn't need to say. Have you ever felt this way, guys? You spoke up, you said something that you feel a minute later you shouldn't have said. Fuck, why did I say that? They didn't need to know that. So that's why thinking about what you're going to say, listening more than you speak, is a better strategy. It doesn't mean you're a weak beta male. No. I'm not saying be silent and never speak. No, when it's time for you to speak, speak confidently. Engage in good verbal and non-verbal communication. Okay? As in, speak loudly and clearly, and at the same time have excellent body language. If you're sat down, don't cross your arms, don't look down. No. Sit up straight, shoulders back. Okay? Look at everybody in the room as you're speaking, not just one person, not just the desk. Okay, so I'm definitely not saying be silent, however, observe. And when it's time for you to speak, voice your opinion. Okay, so hopefully these 7 things have provided you with some value. Implement those into your life. I'm constantly looking to improve myself in every aspect of those points, right? But those things make you a dangerous man. Hopefully this video has helped you guys. If it has, hit the like and subscribe button down below, and I'll catch you boys in the next one. Peace.